Kia ora, and welcome to Beer Club with Beer Jack and me, Luke. This week we are drinking Coco Husk from Duncan's down in beautiful Paraparaumu, which is always a beer to look forward to. Sorry, this has actually, the can's just come out of a car, so I didn't realise it had jiggled around so much as this. Yeah, lovely tan head on it, as you can see very clearly here. And Coco Husk is a seasonal release from Duncan's. They've been putting out for a few years, and it's something I look forward to drinking every winter. It's one of the good things about winter. It's stout season, so good to look forward to some of these delicious dark beers coming out. And this one, Coco Husk, is a lovely classic stout, but with a really full round body, and as is alluded to in the name, made with cocoa husks. So cocoa husks are they're actually a byproduct, they're a waste product of the chocolate manufacturing process. So after the cocoa beans are roasted, they're winnowed, and then the husks, which are like the outer shell, just get discarded. I do not know what winnowing means. Hopefully I'll passed off as though I did. I need to maybe go and learn more about chocolate making. And it's often, they're used in dark beers in the way that brewers will often use some rice husks in the brew, so they don't get a stuck mash, which is important when you're doing sort of big boozy beers or beers with lots of speciality malts. You get a stuck mash when you're mashing in. So dual purpose to help everything flow beautifully on brew day, and to depart a lot of lovely, delicious, chocolatey character, which is often present in stouts anyway, because you can roast malts to give lots of lovely espresso and cacao character. So really lovely to lean into that and really elevate it with the addition of actual chocolate products. And Duncan's, you may have tried their beers before. Started a few years ago with George Duncan and his partner Wai. Opened the brewery after doing some contract brewing, and it's a very they put a lot of things together by themselves, so really impressive setup. It's not as though they just threw millions of dollars at getting someone to build the brewery for them. They just got down to it themselves and renovated and pieced the kit together and bits and pieces of dairy equipment, and just started producing some super really good beers. And I think a few years ago George really found his groove when he decided to really lean into the whole dessert side of things. And it was cool to, we don't do a lot of importing these days. We used to do a bit more. Hopefully we'll be doing some more again at some point soon with Beer Jack. But it was great to be involved with Moondog World and their opening. And it was cool to go over there with George and a whole bunch of brewers from New Zealand. And I think there was an epiphany around that time of just what is possible with making these sort of dessert beers. And a few years ago when we did the Trans-Tasman collaboration at Beer Jack, we paired Duncan's together with One Drop in Australia, who do such a fantastic job with those pastry sours and milkshake beers and ice cream beers. And I think just things got whirring. And yeah, since George has got into that groove of things, they have been consuming a lot of lactose at the brewery. And just putting out these delicious beers. And I always think about George as I always imagine him as being like in his element at a toddler's birthday party with like fairy bread and ice cream and jelly. And so definitely a guy with a sweet tooth, which is perfect for doing these sort of beers, which are such a treat to enjoy. And yeah, lactose is used in a lot of George's beers, with lactose is milk sugar, which is one of the only sugars that yeast can't eat. So if you add sugar to any kind of beer or anything that's fermenting, of course the yeast eat it and make it actually drier and higher in ABV, but that does not happen with lactose. So that is a bit of a secret to a lot of Duncan's really delicious dessert style beers. They have a lot of lactose in them and a lot of very high quality ingredients and a lot of craft. So yeah, the brew team there are fantastic, and they're known and they're famous because that's sort of their USP these days, that they do a lot of cool dessert type beers, but their pale ale is beautiful. Their pilsner is great. They just won, I think it was the West Coast IPA challenge for a recent IPA. So So those guys, everything they put out is really beautifully made. So yeah, it's not just for the people with the sweet tooth. All of the beers are excellent, and the Yum Yum Yuzu has probably been one of the biggest success stories of the brewery, which is a really delicious pilsner made with a lot of yuzu that's imported from Japan. And it's a wonderful, I remember chatting to George at BREWERY a few years ago, that they're now exporting Yum Yum Yuzu to Japan, which I think is just so wonderful. This sort of Japanese style beer with Japanese yuzu in it. Yuzu gets sent to New Zealand, gets made into a beautiful beer, and then sent back. So that's a hugely successful beer that goes great with food. Anyway, we're not talking about Yum Yum Yuzu, but try it if you haven't tried it already. It's great. And so Duncan's a real lovely family business. I think the kids get pretty involved at the brewery as well. And just recently, they've also branched out to start making stuff that isn't beer. So I just got to try this, which is absolutely delicious. It's the first kind of aperitif of its type. So it's sort of like an Amaro, I suppose. So it will be beautiful in Negroni. And it's made with all kinds of botanicals. There's some bitter orange and wormwood and a bit of licorice. So look out for Duncan's spirits and sort of botanical aperitifs as well, as they are branching out and expanding. And Georgia also is an excellent DJ, I should say. So a few years ago, here at the warehouse, we had a Duncan's tropical pool party in the middle of winter, which was a really, really fun time. So if you're ever looking for a great brewer that is also a great DJ, give George Duncan a call. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for joining us this week. I'll see you next time. Cheers.